Hey. What's going on? What's up with your YouTube? You already know what's up with me. McFly's Kitchen, episode 20 something. I forgot. It's been a minute since I posted one. I think it's been about like 2 months. Was good with y'all, YouTube. You know what I mean? And had a couple, chop it up with y'all, a little bit, welcome back to, McFly's Coolin'with McFly. That's what this is, Cool with McFly. But, chop it up with y'all, man. What we gonna talk about today? Oh yeah, that's what I've been telling y'all. I've been telling y'all today, man. We were talking about relationships, you know what I'm saying, like that at work. Relationships, marriage, and stuff like that. And we were talking about like on the internet, you got dating coaches and stuff like that. You got dating coaches, then you got, you got marriage counseling and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you why. This is my opinion. Why people, say they can't find a relationship, or you know what I'm saying, why people get in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't what they want. You know what I mean? It's not what you want. Tell you why it's not what you want. It's not what you want because you're rushing time. That's what I feel. I feel like people rush time, you know what I mean, because they think that I should be in a relationship by this time in my life. I should be married by this time in my life. I should be set by this time. You know what I'm saying? You should have, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got this plan that it's supposed to work that way. That's the same thing about relationships. It don't work that way. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that, relationships fail is because when they expect to be in a relationship, I think when people expect to be in a relationship, it was just like me before. You know what I'm saying? Everybody expects to be in a relationship and want the relationship to go exactly the way you want it. Like the other person is the exact same as you. Don't work that way, Cadillac. I mean, it don't work that way because you two different people. You know what I mean? And people supposed to think that everybody's supposed to, he or she's supposed to be just like me. They're supposed to think like me. They're supposed to act like me. They're supposed to do the same thing I do. Not everybody act like that. But a lot of people, they expect you to act a certain way. When they see a person, they expect them, okay, they're going to be like this, they're going to be like that. But it's not like that because everybody's human. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? And opposites attract. And I'm going to tell you, it's a good thing that opposites attract, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason opposites attract is because where you fail in one area, they might be good in that area. And where they fail in one area, you might be good in that area. And then when y'all link up, y'all could be good in both areas. It's just like a puzzle, you know what I mean? Y'all filling the gaps for each other, you know what I mean? That's why, like marriage and stuff like that, Now, when they talk about equally yoked and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? She got faith in God. She's a Christian. She believes in God. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be the same way. But sometimes it don't work that way neither. Sometimes, it be like, opposites attract because what if the person don't believe in God, but you that person that can bring them to God? You know what I mean? You might be that person that can save them. They can save their life. They can change them around. You know what I mean? But you get frustrated because they're not the way you want them at that time. Feel what I'm saying, YouTube? It be like that sometimes, And then everybody get frustrated in relationships. And what I mean by everybody get frustrated because everybody, it goes for both sides of the fence. And like, the man, he'll think the same way. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, submission. Whew, that's a hell of a one, submission. Because if you're so used to doing things on your own, you're so used to doing things by yourself, once you get in a relationship, you're going to have to realize, I'm not by myself no more. You have to realize, it's not about me no more. You have to realize, you know what I mean? What if that person have children? Or what if that person, you know what I mean? I mean, everybody got baggage. It ain't got to be kids. It can be, emotional baggage. It can be spiritual baggage. It can be physical baggage. It don't matter what it is, but everybody has baggage. You're not perfect. Everybody want to look for the perfect relationship. Everybody want to look for the perfect man or the perfect woman. It's not finding the perfect person. It's finding the right person. The right person is perfect for you. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. What's perfect for you ain't perfect for nobody else because they're not made for them. They're made for you. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people clash. A lot of people clash because they look at it like, okay, he different or she different. And I don't like that. I want them to be this way, or I wish they was like this, or I wish they was like that, But what's in you might not be in them, and what's in them might not be in you. But once y'all learn from each other, hey, that's a hell of a relationship. That's why I think in relationships like marriage and stuff like that, y'all need to be friends and shit like that before y'all, decide to spend the rest of y'all life with each other. Y'all need to be best friends. Know about people. You know what I'm saying? Ask about people. You don't just meet somebody because they look good. You don't just meet somebody because they fine. You know what I mean? They got that ass or whatever. You don't meet nobody like that. You don't supposed to meet nobody just because of that or because they got money. That's why relationships don't even last, y'all. Because if you looking for something, and it's not genuine love, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Because when you get in a relationship, you're gonna be tested. And what I mean by be tested, you're gonna be tested in all areas to see if is it worth it to you. Is this relationship worth it to you? Are you worthy enough? You know what I mean? Okay, it's just like if you praying for God, if you ask God for something. Okay, if you ask God for a car, it's going to be hard to get a car if you ain't got your driver's license. It's going to be hard to get a car if you don't know how to drive. You can't get nothing if you're not experienced in what you're trying to get. You know what I mean? That's just like in a relationship. A lot of people got relationships and stuff like that, and the reason the relationship is going bad is because the person that you're with, you don't talk to that person. Either it's lack of communication. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people be on, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people be on nonsense in relationships. And the people that be on nonsense in relationships, they really didn't want that to begin with. It was just out of manipulation to get what they want. But a lot of people don't see the red flags because you're so into that person. You be like, oh, I'll let it slide. Man, they fine as hell. I'll let that slide. Oh, he cute or whatever. I'll let that slide. You know, and then when you let it slide and once you get to know them, and then once you get relaxed and once you get comfortable, and you know that first high is gone, like, wow, you know, I just met this person. But then once y'all get settled in and just get to knowing each other, and you be like, I don't like the way you do that. I can't stand the way you do that. Now you don't like each other because you didn't take the time to talk to that person. You didn't take the time to get to know that person. What you wanted was what you saw. And while you want what you saw, you think that it's the end all be all. But it's not the end all be all. You don't know how that person is. You don't know where that person come from. You don't know about that person's past. It don't mean that you got to know every single detail of their life or what was their first pet dog name and all that. You don't want to know how many times, you know what I'm saying, they used the bathroom when they was a kid and stuff. You don't need to know every single detail, but you really need to know the most important things. You know, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually to know a person. And once you know a person like that, y'all are best friends. I mean, straight up, y'all know each other. Y'all got each other's back. And I know a lot of people be like, man, what if you just put all this time in a relationship, invest all this time in a person, and it failed anyway? And you know what? Relationships do fail. And I'm going to tell you why it failed. It's easy. Because the reason that it failed, because what you wanted in that relationship, what you said that you was going to strive for in that relationship, what you always, like a lot of people, they want a relationship for a long time. I wish I had this person. I want this person. I'm tired of being by myself. I want to be married. I'm tired of being alone. Everybody got relationships but me. And if I had this person, I'd be loyal and you're going to get tested by everything you think about, everything you talking about. You're going to get tested by all of that. You're going to get tested to see if you really want it. If I was in a relationship, I'd do this. Oh, really? If I was in a relationship, I'd be faithful. Oh, really? But you ain't never been faithful in all your other relationships. But now you want to be faithful. So now, everything that's, when you meet this person, as soon as you meet that person, now you want to be faithful because you want to do everything you want to do because this is what you claim that you want. If you really want this, you're going to get tested in all those areas. Everybody going to start coming up to you. A lot of people might be trying to talk to you. They're going to be attracted to. Might look better than the person that you talking to. You know what I'm saying? What you going to do? Do you really want this relationship? Do you really want this person? Are you really loyal? Are you really meaning what you say? Are you really about what you talk about? Everything, you're going to get better tested through relationships, marriages, and everything. Your loyalty is going to get tested. Your dedication, everything is going to get tested. But you got to remember one thing. When you're going through hardships, this is what I ask for. This is what I ask God for. This is what I pray for. It can be a relationship. It can be a job. You can go to a job. This is my dream job. This is what I want. But you see what everybody else doing. It says like if you want your own business and you see this other person business, that other person, they got money, they business jumping and everything. You see that. But you don't see the things they had to go through to get that. Like when you see healthy marriages and healthy relationships, you see that, but you don't see the things that they had to go through and struggle through to get to where they at. You know what I mean? Because every relationship, you're going to have a little struggle, you're going to have a little test, you're going to have a lot of things. You're going to have major struggles, you're going to have stumbling blocks, you're going to have to see, God is going to test you. And life is going to test you, but basically it's God. You know what I mean? Because he created life, and he going to test you. He going to test you. This is what you asked for. Do you really want this? Because if you really want this, I'm going to put you to the test to see if you really want this. I want to see what you made of it. If this is what you want, you're going to have to go through this, everything. You can't just meet a person, okay, oh, I love you too, okay, we finna get married happily ever after. No. You got to learn about each other. You got to learn people's flaws, their attitudes, the way they talk, the way they do things, because they might do things different from you. And they're going to do things different from you, and they're going to do things that you don't like because they are not you. That's what a relationship is. A relationship is getting to know another person. That's a relationship. It's two people. You're getting to know a person. It's like a relationship with God. You want to get to know God, you got to talk. You got to spend time. You know what I mean? You want to get to know a person, you got to talk. You got to spend time. You can't just go and get what you want and just leave. That's not getting to know a person. You got to accept and you got to receive. You got to be able to give and take. You know what I mean? You got to be able to give. You got to be able to receive. You know what I mean? It's just like me. You know what I'm saying? My relationship. Me, I don't like getting told. I don't like getting told nothing. You know what I mean? I really don't like nobody telling me or correcting me or nothing like that in certain situations, especially if I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, my lady, she'll come and correct me. And when she correct me, she'll correct me. You know what I mean? And I be wrong. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like correction, but it's something that you're not used to. Like, damn, you know, you ain't used to being corrected. You ain't used to none of that. You know what I mean? A lot of things that you're not used to, you're going to get challenged by in a relationship. And that's where most people fail at. Most people fail because you're going to get challenged to see if you really want it. And a lot of people like, this ain't what I expected. This ain't what a lot of people that are single right now probably walked away like, this ain't what I expected. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone. You know what I mean? This ain't exactly how I want it. You know? But a lot of people like, me and this person, you know, we've been through a lot, because a lot of people give up on their marriages, they give up on relationships and stuff like that because it's not what they wanted. And then but it's what you've been looking for and what you've been wishing for so long. Now, if a lot of people like to be single and like to be happy and single, that's fine. But people that's, you know what I'm saying, that's starving for a relationship, don't want to be by themselves, talking about they got a teddy bear for Valentine's Day and they went and bought it themselves and they want to take a picture of it. And if you think that you that lonely and stuff like, maybe it's just not your time. But when your time comes, you're going to have to do a lot of growing. You're going to have to do a lot of learning. You're going to have to do a lot of giving. You're going to have to do a lot of love. You're going to have to do a lot of sharing. You're going to have to do a lot of sacrificing. That's what it is. Everybody think you're supposed to live happily ever after in this world. When you get in shape, everybody works out. Well, not everybody, but I'm just saying, people that work out, when they get in shape, they don't get in shape. They don't get in the best shape of their life and then say, okay, I made it. I stopped. I'm going to just go back to doing what I'm doing. You can't do that. It's the same thing for a relationship. If you meet a person, you get in a relationship with that person. You're like, okay, I got him now. Now, since I got him, I can just, you know, be me. I mean, and I'm not saying like, you know what I'm saying, just act like somebody else and nothing like that. But I'm saying you can't go back to things that you're not by yourself no more. You're not alone no more. It's not about you no more. It's you and another person. And when y'all get married, it's you and that person. Y'all are one. You see what I'm saying? Y'all are one. Y'all are together. That is it. You know what I mean? So, do you really love that person? Do you really want that relationship? Are you really ready to sacrifice? Are you really ready to grow up to be a woman? Are you really ready to grow up and be a man? That's just like, you know, a lot of people tell you to go to church and stuff like that. A lot of people tell you, that, you know what I'm saying, give your life to God. Do what God wants you to do. And that's a fact, Jack. You're supposed to do what God wants you to do. You're supposed to give your life to God. But when you do it, you can't be playing. And it's just like a relationship. When you get in one, you can't be playing. Just like a job. When you get one, you can't be playing because you're going to be tested in all areas. That's why a lot of people, you know, they want this relationship thing to work, but it can't work because you're not willing to do what it takes to get a relationship. To get a relationship, you have to go through things to have a bond. You have to go through things to have, you know, you're going to go through happiness, you're going to go through sadness, you're going to go through joy, laughter, funny, you know, stuff that you're going to talk about in the future. You're going to go through a whole life of making memories. That's you gathering a relationship, you gaining a bond, a relationship with that person. You can't just be with a person and don't know who they are. How the hell you going to be with a person that don't know who they are? You can't love a person if you don't know who the hell they are. But then when you find out who they are, now you want to jump ship. That's not loyalty, ladies and gentlemen. But when you first met that person, you talking all this, oh, you cute, you fine as hell, you this, because you probably wanted to get what you wanted out that person. And you know what? Karma, it will kick you dead in your ass. A karma will get you straight up. Because the same thing you trying to manipulate another person, cheat on another person, do a person bad like that, it's going to come back around to you. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you just like this. A lot of people don't get in relationships because of this reason. They pass. They've been physically, mentally, and spiritually hurt. And then by the time they really want a relationship, they're tired of being alone. But then, once you meet that person, you know what I mean? Some of the things that happened in your past might be deja vu in the present relationship. But that's not the case. Sometimes you're going to be tested in all areas of your faith in a relationship. You're going to be tested in all areas in trust. Because sometimes God will put you in a position that you can't do nothing but trust him. And that goes in relationship, jobs, life. That's why life is hard. That's why life is a battle. That's why life is a test. You know what I'm saying? Just like a job, a relationship, or whatever. You know, I started out talking about relationship, but it's more than relationship. It's life. You know what I mean? You want the best, but you're not willing to go through to get the best. You know, and it's gonna be hard as hell. You're gonna feel lazy, because I do too. I ain't exempt. I'm just like y'all. You know, sometimes when I talk to y'all, I'm talking to me. Sometimes I go back and watch and see what I talk about, because I slip up too. You know why? Because I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect in this world, baby. You gotta go ahead and get it together. You know, go ahead, tie your shoes up, pull your slacks up, tighten your belt, and zip up and get it together. Tuck your shirt in, baby. But like I was saying though, you know, it's just that, you know, what people really want is not easy getting. If it's easy getting, it's not worth having. Trust me, it's not worth having. That's just like, there ain't no difference than going to hell. You can go to one of your restaurants and get you a nice Angus beef burger. Then go to McDonald's and get you what, a 4 for 4. I mean, whatever they got, Wendy's or whatever, whoever got the 4 for 4. Which one has more quality? You know what I mean? The one that's more expensive. You know why? That one costs. You know why? Because it's more. It costs more. This one ain't worth nothing. That means it came easy. This one costs more money. That means you have to pay a little bit more. You have to come out your pocket more. You have to sacrifice more to get exactly what you want. But it ain't going to be like that all the time, because the reason why you ain't going to meet nobody or things ain't going to be the way you plan is because there's a lot of stuff you got to learn on the way. There's a lot of things you got to learn. There's a lot of cracks you got to go through. You got to learn, oh, okay, this is why I was messing up in my past relationship. This is why I was messing up in my past job. This is why I was messing up in my early 20s. Okay, that's why I messed up at. You learn from everything that you're going through. You learn. And don't get me wrong, life, it can get real scary, because a lot of people, they get their heart broken, they lose something, they'll lose a loved one, or they can have a car accident, they don't want to drive no more. You know, life can really mess with people's head. It can mess with your head, and it can just get inside your head and paralyze you from living. It will paralyze you from enjoying your life. You know what I'm saying? That's just like some people. Some people, that's just like, matter of fact, getting married. Just like some people getting married. They're ready to get married. But when the time comes, they get cold feet because they thinking. They're overthinking. You've been with this person this whole time. Now you're like, I'm about to be married. I'm about to be with this person for the rest of my life and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're thinking that. But what you got to do when the time comes, okay, everything going to be a test of fear. What if is the biggest step to fear. What if? You know what I mean? But you can't be with what if, as long as you give everything to the good Lord. And I'm just being straight up. I mean, you're going to have problems in everything that you do. You're going to have problems on your job. You're going to have disagreements in your relationship. You're going to have disagreements. I don't care if you go to church. You'll have disagreements there. You'll have disagreements at the gas station. You'll have disagreements. It don't matter where it's at. But you're going to have a disagreement. Everything ain't going to be perfect. And a lot of people, when it's not perfect, they quit. And when they quit, it stops them from trying to get what they want, because now they done lost their self-esteem, they done lost their self-worth, they done lost their encouragement, and they give up. And when they give up, now they back to step one. I wish I had this. But you had the opportunity to get it, but you weren't willing to fight for what you want. Because it's going to come a point in the time in your life, you're going to have to struggle and fight for what you want. Do I really want this? Do I really want this relationship? Do I really want this job? Do I really want this car? Do I really want it? Well, you up there working at McDonald's trying to stack to get you a Mustang or something like that. You know what I mean? But you're getting burned by the grease. You know what I mean? Customers acting stupid. You know what I'm saying? The drive-through packed. But before you quit, you got to think about that car. Because if you just get mad and be like, give up. Now you're going back to square one. I want that Mustang. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in this world worth, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in this world, you know what I'm saying, worth, just throwing away if you really want it. If you really want it, you got to go ahead and go for it all. You got to be all in. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes in your head, it's just like people that sign up for the Army, sign up for the Marines or whatever, in their head, they want to quit. And some do. They want to quit and they want to go home because they don't want to be here no more. Some people, like, hell no, I'm going to battle it out. You know what I mean? Some people, they'll battle it out. And they'll battle it out because they done found out that there's more inside them. They done found out, if I continue this journey, if I continue giving my all, I'm going to come out at the end a whole complete different person. I'm going to come out more wiser, healthier, stronger. I'm going to come out an elite soldier. If I don't quit. But the people that do quit be like, I don't want to be here no more. Now they're back at home watching the commercials of Be All You Can Be on TV, wishing that they hadn't quit, wishing that they hadn't given up. Now some people do give up and quit because of certain circumstances and stuff like that. I understand people do disrespect and stuff like that. You know, some people be disrespectful to you. You know, some people, you know what I'm saying, everything gonna test you to get you to quit. And that's what life is all about. That's what marriage is all about. That's what, you know what I'm saying, relationship, you can be a boyfriend, girlfriend, with jobs, or life, period. Whatever you want in your life, it's going to be some sacrifices. You're going to have to do some work. That's just like, when we go back to the relationships again. You want to grow a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay, you could be sitting down chilling. I'm like, man, I want my own business. You know what I mean? I want my own business. You striving, you grinding and all that. You grinding for your own business while you working your job, everything. You got everything together. You cool. You know what I'm saying? But you like, man, I got everything together. My life is good. My life is straight. You know, finance is good and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding, everything progressing. Man, I just wish I had a woman. Or I'll be a lady. I just wish I had a man, you know. Why ain't no good men in this world? Why ain't no good women in this world? You know what I'm saying? And then you meet somebody. You meet somebody, but it's something that you don't like about him. It's something that you don't like about him. So, you know, I'm going to just leave him alone. He look good or she look good and all that, but it's just, I don't like the way, let's just make him anything. I don't like the way she eat or I don't like the way he talk or the way he walk. I don't like his hair. Just say something. I don't like this. I don't want it. Not knowing you want your own business. That person has skills to be an entrepreneur. God know what he's doing when he puts you with people. He know what he's doing when he puts you with people, and you just looking at something that you don't like. But you might not like 20% of him. But you might be in love with the 80%. You might not like the 19% or the 20% of her, but you can be in love with, you know what I'm saying, the rest of it. You know what I'm saying, the 80%, you know what I'm saying? Or the 79%. Yeah, I can count. But like I was saying, it's just that, you know, some people, they give up too easy and they give up too quick. Sometimes I'd have been discouraged. You know what I mean? I'd have been discouraged. My lady said, you know what? You gave up on that too quick. And sometimes I sit back and think like, damn, I did give up on it too quick. You know, some people maybe, you know what I'm saying, the person in your life, the person that's meant for you, he could have been in your face the whole time, but you brushed him off because you want something that look better, make more money, more of this or more of that. You know what I mean? You want to do it for the gram or do it for the book, but then want to turn around while you getting 100 likes and stuff on Facebook or 1,000 likes and stuff on Twitter or whatever. You at home, alone, wishing you still had a man or wishing you still had a woman. They're up there sitting there with your six-pack, man, where she at? She up there, you know what I'm saying? Man, where he at? But, you know, it's a lot of good, genuine people out here. People don't come in the shape and form that you never know. They don't come the way you expect. They don't come as you just meet a person, hey, how you doing? You want to go together? All right, we cool, let's go. It don't work like that. You got to figure a person out. You got to communicate. You got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to be people's friend. You got to learn how to sacrifice and be there for a person. You got to learn how to do things when you don't want to. You got to learn how to really, basically, grow up. That's what you do. If you really want something, life is going to teach you to grow up to get what you want. You have to grow up to get what you want. Because life is not a game. And life is not going to play with you. You know what I mean? You will get so many breaks, but at the end of the day, life is not a game and it's not going to play with you. And you shouldn't play with it. That's why you shouldn't play with people. You shouldn't take everything that you got and cherish it. Take everything, your job, it may be, you know what I'm saying, a crappy job or something like that, but do the best you can while you're there. You know what I'm saying? Just do what you can while you're there. Because sometimes at the end of the day, God want to know if you can handle this before he give you that. You know what I mean? That's just like relationship-wise. He might give you a test. Can you handle this relationship before you handle a marriage? Can you handle a friendship before you handle a relationship? How can you handle this first while you asking for this? You're putting the cart before the horse. So you got to learn step by step by step to get to where you want to be. And that's the hard part. And that's why people quit, because it's going to get hard. And it's going to get severely hard to make you want to quit. Because you really have to know if you want it. Because once you get there, once you earn it, and once you be like, man, I've been through all that and I finally got what I want, you're going to be damn proud of yourself. That you stuck it out. That you fought for what you wanted. that you didn't give up on God, because God will never give up on you. That you didn't give up on the person that you love, or you didn't give up on your job, or you didn't give up on something that you was trying to accomplish. You didn't give up. You fought the good fight, and you accomplished it. You know what I mean? The thing that's hard in your life right now, if it's a homework assignment or something, that's a challenge. Because once you figure that out, once you get that done, you're going to look for another challenge. You're going to go through so many challenges, people are going to be wondering how you get to where you got. But you've been so busy struggling, working, and grinding it out, you don't know the process, the progress you're making, but it's still muscle memory. But once you sit back and figure it out, everything that you just sat back and you done accomplished, that's a good feeling. That's a beautiful feeling. You know what I mean? And that's a good feeling, especially if you know what I'm saying, if you're doing it in an honest way, especially if you're doing it for the good Lord, especially if you're working for Him. You know, you work for God when you go to work. You work for God when you're in a relationship. You work for God anytime you do anything. Because if you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, if you're doing it, if you're showing integrity, doing things that you don't want to do, doing things just because it need to be done, or doing things for another person because you love them, or doing it because, you just care, you don't want nothing in return, that's integrity, that's character. You don't think you're going to get blessed by that? You crazy. But that don't mean that I'm going to do this and hope that God bless me with this. I'm going to just do things out the kindness of your heart and be good to people. And you know what I'm saying? Anytime a struggle or a challenge come in your way, just do your best to take it on and just don't quit. Hang in there. You're going to fight, you're going to cry, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get all that. You're going to be so damn stressed. But don't quit. See what you can learn out of that situation. What can I learn from this? Maybe it's not the other person. Maybe you need to be taught something. Maybe it's you. Sometimes I had to look at myself. Maybe it's me. You know what I mean? Go to work or something. Go to your job. Maybe it's me on the job being wrong. Maybe it's me in a relationship, or maybe it's me anywhere. You know what I mean? Maybe it's me did the wrong YouTube video or something. It's not everybody. You can't just be pointing the finger, because if you point one finger, you got three pointing back at you. You know what I mean? So just like if you really want something, like it can be a relationship, it can be a job, it can be no matter what it is, it can be a car, it can be a house. You know what I mean? How can you handle what you got right now? Doing with what you got right now, how are you taking care of that before, God take you to the next level? If you're in a relationship right now, you know what I mean? You probably like, this ain't what I want it to be, or, this ain't what it's cracked up to be. It's not that it's not cracked up what it's be. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. It's that you're not handling it. You're not handling it right. That's all it is. You're not handling it right. You got to learn how to handle certain things. You know what I mean? You can't treat a dog like you treat a cat. You know what I mean? You can't put as much gas in a motorcycle that you put in an 18-wheeler. You got to know how to handle what you got. You know what I mean? Take care of what you got. How you handling this before you get this? You know what I mean? Like, people crying about relationships. How are you handling your situation right now with what you got? Work with what you got. If you handle what you got, then you can get something else. You know what I mean? That's all that is. That's what it comes to. And then a lot of people but I'm going to jump back on a relationship one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and dip off. But, that's why opposites attract sometimes. The reason opposites attract, because y'all so different in so many areas, but once y'all get together, everything is complete. I'm going to go ahead and make it simple. She might not know how to read. You might know how to read, but you might not know how to write. You know what I mean? But if you teach her how to read, I'm quite sure, you know what I mean, she'll learn how to read, and she'll probably figure out some way to teach you how to write. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. And you learn from each other. It's just like before you meet somebody. You think about, being with that person. How's that person as a friend? How is that person treating you? Do they love you? Do they care about you? Do they check on you? Do you know that person inside out? Do you know that? Do y'all even sit back and talk? Chop it up? It's just like people that marriage is a relationship. Do y'all chop it up like homies sometimes? Cool it. Y'all in a relationship, engaged or married or whatever. If y'all like it, do y'all sit back and just chop it up like homies? Because you're going to be with this person. You're going to be with this person forever for the long run. Y'all going to sit back, chop it up, cool it. You know what I mean? You all right with me. You all right with me too. They're going to be your best friend. They're going to be, it's y'all going to become one. You know what I mean? That's why it's so hard, the people been talking about they can't find nobody. You probably done found the person, but you didn't take the time to get to know the person. You didn't take the time to understand the person. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that you might not like about a person, but why are they like that? You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be rude about it or nothing like that. Be like, I wonder why that person like that. You know what I mean? Because maybe you'll understand them more. If you understand them more, if you ask, if you listen, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you need to talk to people. You can't hold stuff bottled up inside. Talk to that person. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't want to talk to people because they be like, oh, as soon as I tell them my business, they're going to try to use it against me and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you just like this. If God put somebody in your life, trust me, it's for your good. You know what I mean? Everybody come, you're going to either live, you're going to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing or it's a lesson out of each thing. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you something. People talk about rumors and I heard this about me and I wonder what if. What if they tell my business? Like I said, what if it's a big word? What if they don't like me? What if they turn everything I told them against me? What if? Now you overthinking. You overthinking. I'm going to tell you just like this. You know when you love a person and you know when the person loves you. You know if you and that person feeling each other. You know what kind of bond you and that person got. You know what kind of relationship you and that person got. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons why people don't why people don't stay together because of pride. Pride comes before the fall. A lot of people don't like to, let down God. They want to hold his wall up forever. But don't nobody want to grow old and alone. Everybody want to be players and stuff. Everybody, want to, date around and stuff like that. But you can't date around for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's just like from job to job. You're going to have to find a career somewhere. You're going to need a retirement plan. You can't just go from job to job for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Just find somewhere. You know what I mean? Find what you like, do what you love, live and love life. A lot of people so hung up on trying to search for something or trying to fix this. You're trying to fix what's not your job. Let God fix it, but learn how to live life. Live, love life. Live, love, and laugh, baby. What I say, live, love life. Hey, man, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get my words correct. But this is Coolin' with McFly, episode number 22 or 23. I just want to chop it up with y'all, man, and just let y'all know whatever y'all trying to get in life, it ain't easy, baby. It ain't easy, but it's going to teach you along the way. That's why you got to enjoy the journey, even when it's dark. Even when the journey is dark, you still got to learn how to get through it because you're going to have a story to tell. And I ain't talking about just a story to tell to your partners or nothing like that, but you can have a story to tell to a person that really needs your advice. You live and you learn to teach another person, all right? Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. Be safe. Go.